Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding our inner Brock and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, we're going to go with Ryan, Michelle, Bath. Is it Bath or Bath? I think it's Bath.
Bathe.
And Sterling K. Brown. Y'all know who Sterling K. Brown is? Randall.
Yeah.
From This Is Us.
Mm-hmm.
So Sterling and his gorgeous wife of 10 years, and they have 2 kids. Ryan is an actress, and they have quickly become one of the favorite couples for many reasons. First of all, their Instagram is a love fest, all on top of each other. Have y'all seen their feeds and how much they love each other? And secondly, did you see when they cut Randall off on the Emmys, and all he wanted to do was thank his wife, and so he had to then come Instagram live and be like, wait, they didn't let me thank my wife like I was supposed to thank my wife. So I truly, truly, truly love that type of love. They're both in the industry, like I said before. And did y'all also know that Randall wife, not Randall real wife, gonna be on the show?
Hey.
Like not an extra, but she has a reoccurring role on there. Shout out to They Black Love.
As a love interest?
You tried it. Don't come for Beth. You know, Beth ain't my favorite, but my heart couldn't take Randall ain't cut for that though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Randall, he'd be the type that'll go out for coffee with a woman and then come home hollering to Beth. And Beth like, bitch, you just had coffee. You could think about other things, you just can't do it. So no, I don't think Randall cut from that. But they met in college and they've been college sweethearts, and I just love their love and just they winning. You ever just seen people or couples and they winning?
Yeah, like us.
Hey, when I think about the goodness of Jesus, right? Right. Maybe that's why I like them. Come on, Nero.
They living their best life.
They live in their best life. And it's just, I love folks that have energy like that. It draws me to it. I think we said a couple weeks ago, whenever the Lord start blessing other people, I want to get in their neighborhood because I mean the Lord is on the way, is passing through the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Sterling and his wife, Michelle, they just winning, right? And they got these 2 gorgeous children. I think one is like 6 or 7 and another one like a year. So baby is cute. Children is chocolate. Like, Michelle is what I want Beth to be.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make?
Yeah.
I like you, Beth. I need to find out what Beth actress name. I love her acting. Like, she's sickening. But Beth gets on my motherfucking nerve. I need to clarify that because people be like, you don't like the actress? No, I love the actress. She's been killing the game for at least 20 years. Like, I remember her and all the stuff. But Beth, that character, Jesus, she gets on my nerves. But I guess that shows that she's a good actress because she's able to get that emotion out of me. But Beth tap dances on all of my nerves.
You said she fickle like a hair pattern?
Yeah, very loose. No, she's very loose. She's very loose in her, she's wavy, just very 3A.
Oh.
Who is you?
I'm Niram, y'all.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 54.
It's 54. It's Monday in this piece. Again.
Man, it's Monday.
Why these Mondays keep coming so quick on our ass?
Look, I know y'all on the freeway going to work. So
they listening in their car.
Yeah.
How you know?
Because I know how people are.
Oh.
People be leaving us voicemails 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in their car. So I know y'all going to work.
You silly.
Or y'all leaving from work. So if y'all going to work, just go ahead and pause this and call them and let them know you ain't coming in.
Shut up, Niram. Stop telling people to do that. Just, you know what? I'm going to have to stand up for the cubicle warriors. There's nothing wrong with being a cubicle warrior.
Look,
just because you're creative and you like to, I don't know,
do
your work in your pajamas. There's some people who like to get their Calvin Klein suit or dress and go to work and engage and get their Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it's nothing wrong with being a cubicle warrior. The key is finding your joy, peace, and happiness.
Listen here.
Okay?
That's
don't be
not what I'm talking
people.
about, baby.
Well, what the hell is you talking about?
We only got like 12 more Saturdays till Christmas.
Stop saying that shit.
And
that should be a cuss word.
And y'all niggas ain't took none of y'all time. Y'all got
for the end of the year.
Y'all got 250 hours in y'all PTO.
Maybe they saving it for the holidays, for Thanksgiving.
You can't say that shit. You know that shit gonna be gone. So go ahead and call off. Take a day. Take a personal day.
Stop projecting on people.
I'm just telling people do some self-care.
You're projecting.
And take a personal day.
Come on there.
Be sure to leave it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star.
Jesus. You right there
rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. Mm-hmm. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and that's at Black Love Matters, and that's Black with no K. Baby, you got to check in.
Yeah, I got some check-in. So we'll start with the Store Chronicles. So as y'all know, I've been working. I got a couple days off, so I had Sunday off and I have today off, but I was there that whole weekend. They finally trying to talk Nyambi to getting a little promotion. And you know Nyambi was unbothered. Remember what I told you before they offered to another girl? And I was like, good, I ain't want it. Guess what? Somebody else quit.
Y'all niggas is dropping like flies.
Flies. But what worries me is we getting closer to that Black Friday. And Naomi only working 8 hours on Black Friday. So I don't know what they plan on doing in the meantime. But no, the other person who left before, they said they just took a mental health break. Allegedly, they're going to be back in November.
That nigga ain't coming back.
But that's what everyone keeps saying. They'll say he coming back in November, and then they'll look to the left, look to the right, and then whisper, I don't think he coming back. I was like, damn, he still got the whole month. It ain't nothing wrong with folks taking, am I too namaste? Sometimes you just need to take a mental health. You need to take a couple months off.
See,
well, I don't think that's a horrible thing.
Pause.
What?
It's okay for somebody to take a leave of absence, bro. And I tell people to call off work so they can get their day together and take that Monday
you
off.
On some
it's
nigga
a problem.
shit. No, you're on some nigga shit. I'm talking about doing a formal leave of absence, like mental health. Go see a counselor. Go drink some green smoothies. Do some yogas. Talk to your grand architect. Talk to your lord. Visit your family. You talking about some nigga shit like going to get some Popeyes and going to the movies.
Hell, that's still a form of self-care if that brings you joy, happiness, and peace.
Okay. Anywho, so, you know, what I did, I took the temporary thing. I wasn't going to take it, but then they told me it was a raise. You know I got to get my coins, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm doing this little temporary thing. It's the same shit. I ain't want to be shady. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing the same shit. So now I feel like I done been underpaid. You know, I already know I'm underpaid, but really underpaid now. Because I was like, you get how many more dollars? For what? For counting this and holding that? So I'm doing this. But what I'm a little worried about, y'all, because, you know, the other girl who got the younger girl who got the position, the other folks up front kind of don't like her. So as soon as they figure out I had this promotion, they came running me and was like, so-and-so, what did I tell you? The thing is, she's not mean.
They said it went to her head.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm even protective of that. Like, you know, I'm in my heart an advocate. So as a woman, whenever a woman gets in power, black, white, green, purple, it's always a theme for her, people to say that women take power and control to their head. Like, she's a bitch, basically. So whenever folks say that, I'm always like, is she a bitch? Or is she just in charge? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is she bossy or is she just the boss? Which one?
Okay.
But she a mixture of both.
Oh.
She a mixture of both because she's the boss, right? We're both the boss. But you could say it's levels to this boss shit, right?
Yeah.
We not at the highest level. Well, that don't mean much in it. We at the highest level of the company, right? So our boss and our bossiness can look different. And y'all got to realize what we work for. We work for a boss, though, honey. And the folks who we supervise are gentle souls. And we have to act accordingly. And I think, I was talking about this with Niram, and Niram said I just show a little bit more compassion.
You do.
Than she does. So folks, like, soon as you walk through the door, folks asking you questions, talking, more so they just venting, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that was really, I'll listen. But my colleague would be like, I ain't even clock in yet. Now I'm going to have to do a punch correction because you talking about work. I said, damn, you can't listen for 3 minutes? So I don't know. Like, I'm trying, and I'm also trying to flip and be thankful for this, be thankful for getting this raise. And y'all know I be talking about the Bot Store Chronicles and, heaving and hoeing, but mentally it's not a draining job, right? Mm-hmm. When I walk out the door, I can leave it there. It's just like the cross. When I walk out, I just leave it there. And then when I come back, I pick it back up. So I'm thankful for having a job where I can do it, and it opens up mental space. And, I just been rethinking my whole situation, and not thinking of it as a problem, but thinking of it as the answer, right? Mm-hmm. So I think, and eventually I'm going to go into detail of really what's everything that's going on with me. Y'all got me a good, juicy book, Lifetime movie. But I really was in this space of trying to solve my problem, right? Mm-hmm. And I had to shift to a space to realize I don't have a problem, but in actuality, I'm the answer to something.
Ooh.
You like that? I got that from journaling.
What?
Oh, did you? I don't do spoken word. You like that?
Yeah,
I got that from journaling.
So you Allen Iverson of the situation.
Ooh, that was his nickname.
Yeah,
I ain't know. Y'all know I ain't do sports too much. I know AI GOAT, but I didn't know his nicknames and stuff. The answer. So I've really been trying to situate myself in everything that's presented to me it's not a problem, but it's the answer. So by me getting a promotion, it's an answer to something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just have to seek the folks with the. Do you know? Is that you see? How I'm trying to flip it instead of being like, "Fuck, I'm still at this fucking bot store. They don't want me to manage, aka babysit it." Like, but no, it's really the answer to something. So is it the answer to when I'm, really feel like dodging, going back out in the field, that now I have corporate experience that I can then flip? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? So I've been just really in that frame of mind, and y'all should be too. Like, whatever issue you're going through, it's not a problem. You're really the answer to someone, right? You're the answer to something. What is it the answer to? And really learn how to embrace that process and be in that process. So, anywho, something a little more lighthearted. I love my cart attendant. Y'all, we had 150 degrees. Was it 50? Maybe it was 40.
It was like 50-ish.
It was 50 degrees, right? And I love this weather. Y'all know I love 50 degrees, sweater weather. I'm thriving in this. I'm in a robe right now, right? But he came in. The cart attendant was so cold. Cart attendant, I want to make clear. He came in a full-length fur coat. And I couldn't do nothing but look at him. He looked like the fucking king of the north. He looked like Jon Snow. I was like, and then a shady ass guest was like, "Do you know your cart attendant has a fur coat on?" I said, "He looks very dapper, doesn't he?" And they just looked at me and smiled and walked away. Where the fuck was he going with that thick ass? And then I'm like, am I the only, is this a norm? Because a lot of times, y'all know in white ass New England, that's the good and bad thing. So a lot of crazy shit have happened, and the white people just act like it's not happening, right? They won't acknowledge it. Compared to the Midwest, we like, nigga, did you see that shit? Like, so I'm like, am I having a Midwest moment? Where it's like, does anyone else see this? But finally, one of the other folks came out and was like, "You see so and so with his winter coat?" Then I was like, "Yeah, he looked like King of the North." And they was like, "He does look like Jon Snow. Good one, Nyambi." And I was like, "Well, I'm slipping. But I went to him. I said, "You look very good, so and so." And he a little slow, so he all, "Thank you." And he just walked away. Mind you, it was a nice ass coat though.
Yeah.
But I don't know if 50 degrees is when you bring out a fur coat.
Hell.
In New England. And when it gets -0.
Hell, and to be pushing carts. I ain't pushing no cart. We ain't gonna even talk about that.
Could you imagine how it looked though? People coming in to spend their money and they see the cart attendant.
Right. So we ain't gonna even acknowledge the point that this nigga is pushing carts. He pushing carts.
He made me want to get a fur coat and put an afro on and let's take a picture together. So what would you do if you walked in and you seen somebody do it?
I said, hey.
Hey, that's what I said. I put respect on his name. I wish I could have took a picture. Y'all, if I would have took a picture of this and put it on Instagram, y'all would have knew where I worked in. But it was good shit. It was some good shit. So that brought me a little bit of joy. What else going on with me? My house is messy. I need to do the fall cleaning. I know a lot of folks talk about spring cleaning, but I like to do a nice fall cleaning. It's similar to spring cleaning, but you open all your windows. You get that good crisp fall air. It'd be that one day and your house be cold as hell. Did your mom ever do that, Nero?
Yes.
Like all the windows would be open. It'd be cold as hell in the house. It'd be like 50 degrees, like 55 degrees, but it's like almost getting all that cold wind in the house. You do like one more sweep out, you clean the ledges and you kind of take out all the summery things and bring in all like the vanilla. So I feel like we transition it from like we do a lot of like mint, eucalyptus scents in our house, right? So now you do like the mango butters, the vanillas, the musk, and you change your whole house.
Oh, so I gotta go buy some more incense.
Yes. So that's what I feel like I need to do and I'm a little behind about. And then seeing, the King of the North, I was like, I'm slacking. Like, we got to go buy wood for the fireplace, like that whole, just getting ready for the one. Because if you wait to when it hit the fan, really, either the shit will be sold out or they'll be trying to price gouge you.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this wood $40? Actually, I meant to get it at the end when the summer. You know what I'm talking about? Usually I'm pretty good about that, but we didn't get any. We don't got no wood. Do we even got fire starter?
Nope.
We don't got nothing.
We got some incense.
Okay.
And some sage.
So we got to do that. The next thing is fall TV. Is it me or is it a little lackluster? I think it might be me.
It just started, baby.
But that's what I'm saying. First episode is usually the one that get me in. the first episodes, I'd be like, oh shit, we setting the tone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I don't really watch reality TV no more. So I really done check that off my list. Like, I'm at the tail end of that. So I'm watching scripted television, right? I'm watching folks who they do this for a living. But it's just not, I don't know. I think I was more into the summer shows. Maybe it was the space that I was in. You know, I'd be in my journals and my readings the ball when I'd be a little more critical in the fall. But I'm trying to hang on. Or maybe it's just my attention span. Because, you know, the shows that come on the fall, you got to pay attention.
Sure do.
A little more deeper than you got to pay attention in the summer. Summer, you can be in and out, cooking in collard greens, cleaning the house, and still understand the whole plot of the show. And
Right.
please, with Shonda, you got to pay attention to everything, especially How to Get Away with Murder.
What happened to that girl's baby?
I'm confused, too. Spoiler alert. I've always been slightly confused by How to Get Away with Murder. You know, I always support Shonda. She the queen. Viola, she the queen. All of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's always a point of How to Get Away with Murder that I'm like, what day is it?
You know, if you
It's a flash forward, flash
yeah,
back.
if you look at your phone too long, do it. You
It'll
don't
go
know
so
where you
quick. Like, I need Shonda to leave the flash forward date at the bottom.
at.
It go too quick. And especially if it's a short time frame. Like, when it's
Right.
years apart, you could tell, right?
Mhm.
But they'll be like 3 weeks later, 3 hours before, 6 minutes earlier. What? What is the time? Like, oh, I need something that say present day.
Right, going on now.
So that always goes, like, the writing's beautiful. Like, but sometimes that jumping, and especially after, y'all know what I'm talking about, after a long day at work, shit, wait a minute.
Can't keep up.
I done did all my brain skills earlier today, Shonda. So, you know that. But I did watch How to Get Away with Murder. You watch it, Nero?
Yeah, I watched it.
It was cute.
It
I
was.
like Viola's hair. Or wig.
I like how everybody had a little metamorphosis.
Don't you? Maybe that's what I liked. Everyone, that made me say I was slipping because I looked the same. What? I need to go get a haircut or a highlight. I still ain't put on my Fenty besides the sample. I think today I'm put on some Fenty.
Naomi been going back and forth whether or not she gonna return this shit.
Not because it's not quality, but it's just I don't be where. Yeah, I be at the box store so much. I just can't be spending money. I can't be putting on Fenty at the box. I guess if King of the
Baby.
North wear fur,
I know.
I
Shit,
can
you
go
up in
there looking like a glitter monster too, honey.
Go up in there with your nails
And
done
the glitter.
and your housewife and just shimmer,
Trophy
baby.
wife.
Or trophy wife, or
I'm
whatever
not
shit
about to put
called.
all that glitter on my
And
face.
just shimmer, baby.
And go to work.
Shit, you the manager now, so you might
Oh
as well.
Lord! Now you like the other person. It went to her head.
You know, this is your time to step up your gear just a tad bit.
But, ooh, ooh! Are you saying I'm falling to box store patterns?
Yeah.
What you gotta say?
We'll talk about it off air.
You trying?
I don't want to put all your business out there.
Don't put all my business. I'm thinking I'm cute. But I thought How to Get Away with Murder was good. Like I said, I get a little confused at the end. Like at the only part I was confused was at the end. So I don't know if she had the baby. She had like a miscarriage, a stillborn.
Yeah, she
they
just
stole
woke
the
up.
baby. I don't know how all that tied together, and I'm guessing that's what the purpose of the season. Maybe we're supposed to be confused.
So this is the murder this time.
They
the
don't
baby,
murder the baby. Damn, Shonda.
The baby's murdered or the baby gone.
Jesus. Hopefully kidnapped, not murdered.
My question is, when are we gonna get past all these goddamn murders?
Nigga, it's called How to Get Away with Murder.
I thought that was the first murder, but every season somebody else done died
What
too.
the hell the show supposed to be about if nobody get murdered?
A law firm.
What? I don't think that was the appropriate title. It was gonna be. It should have been called Annalise Keaton.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's my thing. But like every
Yeah.
season, somebody died, and then I got to wait all the way until the last episode to figure out who died.
Just for
And
somebody else to
then
die.
the first episode of the next season, you figure out who done killed them and all this other stuff, and then somebody else died.
Yeah, but I think Shonda said this like Scandal. I don't think this is supposed to be like a Grey's Anatomy.
Mm.
Like Grey's Anatomy, we're going on 10, 15 years.
Yeah, shit. Since I was an undergrad,
The high school for me. I don't think How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal. I think it might be misquoted. I'm sure y'all know out there. I think it has like she has an ending already in place. So she had the ending before she almost even had the beginning. So I'm thinking it's gonna be something where it's finite after so many seasons. We getting there though. Maybe two more. You know what I'm saying? It's too much death in the community. But I did like of course Queen Cicely Tyson came and graced the screen. She living her best fucking life. She in her damn 90s and still working, ain't collecting no Social Security. She need to collect all of that. Come on. You said accept it. I like that they talked about as families the idea of aging parents.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a reality for folks. I like how they did it from the lens of like Southern Black folks and how it's a real thing. Like, I think that's something that touched my spirit. It reminded me of like when my grandmother was going through like her Alzheimer's. Like being sick and having, dementia, Alzheimer's, those two different monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there's a protocol for if your family member's sick with like cancer or some terminal illness, right?
Yeah.
It's and also they understand. Am I saying this?
Yeah, people understand that. Like he got diabetes, or he got diabetic foot, so you chop the foot off.
Yeah, you got cancer, so you have to do
know.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You have to go to dialysis, and even the person who's going through it have understanding. But it is something serious. It is a mental, emotional, and a spiritual journey when you have someone who's suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's or something where it affects like their brain or their functioning because they don't understand.
Right.
Like that. Then opens up a whole nother bucket of worms. Because Cicely Tyson almost cussed her the fuck out when she asked her, did she want to go in that fucking home? And then the daddy talking about, I got this under control. And he just nigga rigging shit and putting bells everywhere. Meanwhile, on the ranch, he drunk and sleep. And mama done got all the way out the bed and across the street.
This nigga got bells on the doors. He got those two-way deadbolts where you got to use a key on both
can't get
ends.
Out. Well, sir.
Well, you got to use a key on both ends to get out.
So that spoke to me. That truly, truly spoke to me. And like, I'm thinking on Black Love, we're going to have a conversation about that. Because how do you talk about, the only way to talk about it is before it hits.
Yeah.
You got to talk about before it hits, and you got to get that shit in right.
Mm-hmm. It's like
to make you a legal guardian of that person. That's the only way. So, my heart kind of sunk a little for that. And then how Annalise still battling her shit. She can't drop shit for most shit. You can't drop the alcohol for the D. Annalise, leave it alone. Now, she the one I think might benefit from celibacy. See, that's someone who she need to talk to. What's his name? Devon Franklin. We talk about discipline and sex, that bullshit.
Oh.
That's who Annalise need to talk to. See, that's only works in make-believe worlds. And then lastly, the idea of her letting go everyone at her law firm. I believe it. Like, that got me to thinking where I appreciate friends that you can just be like, I need some fucking space without no explanation. And they able to go away. And if I'm all right, I'll let you know. But if I ain't okay, I got to just be here with the Lord. I feel like I've always had that type of friend. If any friend be like, I need space, I'd be like, cool, let me know when you're ready. Is that negative of me? Like, sometimes I feel like I'm getting to that point now. I'm getting close to where I'm like, I just can't talk to anyone. And it's not that I hate you. We don't have no beef, but please don't call me.
I feel you.
What does that, like, please just don't. I just need a moment. I don't want to engage. I don't want to talk. Like, just give me a moment and then I'll be right back with you. But it's no shade. We still cool. We still tight. If something happen, you need to call me. But just on some what you doing shit, no. Do you ever get like that, Nero?
Yeah.
Or is that my energy?
You know me. I just put it out there. I just won't call their ass. And they just won't.
No, I like to tell people, though.
I know you like to tell people.
I don't like to go ghost. I don't like to ghost people. Like,
just
I like
ghost
to
their ass. And
but
then they come back. Like, hey, I'm back. And they'll be like, oh.
But sometimes when I do that to people, I think sometimes I should have just did the Nero and not answer the phone.
Yes.
Sometimes people take it personal. I'm like, sis, bro, cuz it's not about you. It's about Naomi.
I'm telling you, sometimes you just got to ghost them just for your sanity and their feelings. Right, because they be like, so you said you don't want to be my friend anymore? You be like, no, like, I just need some time for myself. Yeah. I need a moment for myself. And I'm like, I'm just giving you a heads up. Like, don't call me. I'll call you.
Yeah. Yeah, some folks may take that the wrong way. But it's the thing is, because I wouldn't appreciate if I keep calling, checking on someone or texting or something, then they don't return, right? Because I'm thinking something wrong. I'm that type of friend. Like, oh, are you okay? What's going on? Compared to somebody like, I'm just taking a little mental health space. I'm cool. And I'm the type of person, I'll check in. I'll be like, I'll send you something once a month to let you know I'm alive and amongst the living.
Well,
What? You know what?
Nero
be like, I just don't answer the phone no more. I'm like,
when Nero's going through some things and don't want to be bothered, he'll just cut off his phone.
Yeah, Nero won't turn on his phone at all. And folks got to get him through me. So I feel it coming on, but not for negative reasons. Like, I don't want y'all to be worried. Like, it's not a negative space. Like, I don't feel depressed. I don't feel sad. But it's like, I just need quietness for a minute. Does that, like, I just need total quiet and no influence. Like, I need quiet and no influence.
Just talk to them through the podcast. If they're your real friend, they should be listening to the podcast anyway. So you can just talk to them through the podcast.
You're right.
Leave a message there.
Did you say just leave it? What I'm gonna say? This is from my friend check-in. Then I gotta give everybody aliases. So and so, this for you. So and so. And like I said, I'm not there yet, but maybe in a month or so I might be there. Like, you feel it kind of stirring. And the thing is, I know it's the holidays. Everybody know I love the fall, and I'm usually really I'm really ripping and running. Like, this is my ripping and run season. So I think it's gonna surprise people when I'm not doing the ripping and running. So that's what I just want to give folks a head up. It might be, a once a week call, every other week call, but I'm still cool though. And lastly, did y'all see Von Sant? Is it on or is it coming back on? Y'all remember Young Turk? I Need a Hot Boy. Mona Scott, are you listening? Give him and his wife a fucking show. Young Turk went through some shit.
Yeah, he did.
Where the fuck was his family and crew in? This boy went to jail for 8 years because he was shooting at the police at the Ram. His girlfriend went to jail wife went to jail for 8 years. His daddy left. The girlfriend had cancer. I want them to win.
Spoiler alert.
Oh. Well, it's on Oprah on YouTube.
Okay.
It's clips. I want them to win. And I want them to win because they spoke their truth. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I fucked up. I was in a bad space. I shouldn't have done that. I regret doing that. But I have to forgive myself. I was so mad at Turk because I went to jail for his ass. Like, they came and spoke some real shit. And I want them to win. And Mona Scott, I don't want them on Love and Hip Hop. That's too much. But I just need them to have their own 30-minute show. Speaking
of that, I think Gucci Mane show is on.
Oh, we have to look that up. Look, I just said I ain't watching reality TV, but I gotta watch that wedding. That ain't real. I gotta watch that wedding. So y'all check out that Von Sant. Wait, Turk, Young Turk? Is it just Turk?
Turk. Just call him Turk.
Did he ever have a CD out?
Yeah, he
just
had a
one?
CD by itself.
Oh,
it was trash.
Oh, I mean, he was like 12. What you expect from a 12-year-old? Yes, they was very young, like 14. They was no older than 14, 15. Very, very young.
Turk was the type of dude. He got you with the he can give you one verse.
I need a hot girl on that verse.
He always had one verse. He always had a hot 16.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Then you got to reboot.
But
then you got to take a Nyambi mental health break.
But that nigga can't give you a whole song, let alone a whole CD. I'm just being real because I bought the Turk CD because I'm a big Turk fan.
Oh, you did?
I did buy the CD.
No, I don't remember me ever doing that.
I did.
I remember he just disappeared one day. I didn't even know he went to jail.
I did.
Oh, but anyway, check it out. Like, it seems like growth, and I want to find out him and his wife. Now I want to watch the whole episode first, but we might feature them on Black Love.
Okay.
Because it's a certain type of chick who will go to jail. It's a certain type of cookie that'll go to jail for 8 years for you.
Right.
Come on, near him. Near him?
Yeah, I'm here, baby.
You here?
Yeah, I'm just taking a deep breath.
Oh, now he taking handles.
Yeah, just breathing, trying to get my breath control right so I can get ready for my...
That's what Von Sant told us. She said the way that you respond as a woman is close your eyes, take a deep breath, and speak from your heart and not from your mind.
Oh, okay. So I got me a mini Super Nintendo.
Oh,
classic.
Shit. Oh, my goodness.
You and this Nia. Story... So, Nia called me the day before it came out. So
the day of or day before?
He called me the day before when I used to go to work. So, you going to get this Super Nintendo Classic Mini? And I was like, no, I already got the real Super Nintendo. But he's like, it comes with like 40 or something games. So, I want to go look at the list. I say, oh, whatever.
He done peer pressured your ass.
So, then he going to call the next day while he out in line. Going to Target and Walmart looking for the shit, talking about, Nia, I'm out here. So then I didn't answer the phone because, I'm all about people calling me during business hours or my business hours. So then he called Nyambi because, that's what we do.
Phone. Yeah.
If you can't get in touch with me, you get in touch with my partner. So they talking about this Super Nintendo. And then Nyambi was like, you heard about this shit? You getting it? I was like,
I didn't even know it was coming out, and I work at a bot store.
So then I go look. On Amazon, I seen these prices that went up on them because it was originally $80. The shit went up to like $200. I said, well, let me go get me one.
Oh Lord! So
then I go online. I go stand in line, and I missed it by one person. So then I go to GameStop, and I wait there, and I go to one GameStop, then I go to another Best Buy. And next thing you know, I got two of them bitches. So I'm talking to Nia. I'm talking to Nia, and he like, nigga, you won. What? You got two of them.
He said you won.
So I got one on eBay right now. So if y'all missing one, y'all need one, go ahead and hit me up. We can make a deal.
I know that was happening. When I released at our bot store, we sold out in 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And folks was calling all day pissed. They said, you getting some more in? I said, I don't.
Never.
I don't know. No.
Well, it's just like the regular Nintendo when it went out there. Like, the regular Nintendo haven't came back out yet.
Oh, so they had a mini regular one?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody like that regular one, though.
I did. It was some games on there. But because the thing is, you're not a true...
I play Mario and Yoshi is my nigga, okay?
But that's Super Nintendo. I'm talking about. I had a regular Nintendo.
Yeah, I ain't played the other games.
I remember like family members who had an Atari and used to play that. So you ain't all with that. You came in the gaming game at Super Nintendo, and that's where you stopped. And
I got PlayStation 1 with Crash Bobcat. Or is it Bandicoot?
Bandicoot.
What? When PlayStation gonna come back out with their PlayStation 1? Is Crash still able to play?
Yes, I think
on 4?
So.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, it's all reverse compatibility.
How much is Sony?
Like
how much is
like
PlayStation?
$350 or something like that.
Get the fuck out of here. How much can I get at PlayStation 1?
I don't know if you can even find those no more, baby.
I wonder where mine went.
Well,
I think my parents threw it out or gave it away.
Well, what happened to my PlayStation 2?
Oh, that's still in my bedroom upstairs. Oh, we can use that.
Okay, then.
But do we have Crash Bandicoot?
Bandicoot, baby.
Do we have that? I used to love that.
I don't know. I never played Crash.
What?
Crash wasn't me.
What? That's the only game I owned. I only had 3 games on my whole PlayStation. That's probably why they threw it. I used to listen to CDs on mine.
See, this is why you're not excited and enthused about shit like this.
I used to just put it on the CD. I used to put in Monica and Destiny's Child.
Because I had an Atari in my household when niggas was playing Pong and Pac-Man at the crib. Your ass got into the gaming field.
My cousins
Super
had
Nintendo.
That. Yeah, my cousins had that. Like I never was a Sega girl.
And you missed out because this is one thing I kept telling
Sonic.
you.
I don't understand.
Sonic and Mario is the same.
No, Mario is the fucking GOAT.
No,
and put respect on Mario's name. Okay.
No.
I don't understand what Sonic does. Like it looks like a casino game.
Nyambi, they both are games that you start at the left of the field, at the left of the screen, and go to the right of the screen. The goal of both games is to get to the end.
But
so
Sonic
hold up now.
It's multiple levels.
So it's the same thing for Mario.
No,
it's multiple levels
plane.
too.
It's one plane.
It's multiple levels too.
No, I'm talking about on the screen when you're playing. Like with Sonic, you got to round his ass up and pull him back, like not like a ping pong. You know that video game, that arcade game?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Pinball.
Yeah, it's like pinball.
That was just one board.
Oh.
That's one board.
Maybe I didn't get past it.
It's like a casino. That's one board.
That's too much.
So there's very similarities.
And Mario gives you water. It gives you island. It gives you mines.
Sonic gives you that too.
It gives you Cocoa Island.
Sonic gives you all that stuff too. Instead of collecting coins, you collect rings.
Mario gives you Star World.
Sonic gives you some equivalent.
Yeah, okay.
What's the name of it? I can't think what I'm talking about.
Exactly, it's trash.
It's not trash. All because you didn't play it.
I did play it, and
no,
I just
you
didn't pass the test.
Anyways, this is my update, not yours. You had your time.
Okay.
So I got me an SNES, and I got me another
what's it
one.
Called?
SNES.
Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
SNES.
Okay.
Now, did y'all see Jay-Z on SNL last night? Or not last night?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago?
Yep.
Your thoughts?
Me? I mean, that's the only way I'm seeing Jay-Z in concert this fall.
I mean, was low-key hating.
I was what? Why you say I was hating?
Because you was.
I mean, he do need to talk to his wife about his stage presence. I love the songs though. I love that Damian Marley was on there. Like I fangirled out for that because it's one of my life goals to see Damian Marley, preferably in Jamaica. But you know, I guess I got to settle for Saturday Night Live. I just thought, I don't know, his stage presence, but that's Jay-Z though. Like
I was trying to school Nyambi on artistic choice.
Yeah, I guess. When he did Farrakhan 4. I love that song, and it's just so much that could have been done. And he just came on with a Hanes white T-shirt and some Levi jeans and an NY fitted below his eyes, and he just hugged onto the mic.
Nyambi.
And he just turned on. I was like, it's so much like you could have dealt with that because it's such a powerful song.
It's all about artistic choice.
And then he was holding the mic like this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I wasn't impressed by it.
Okay.
The only standard I'm holding to is in his family. I'm holding him to the standard of Beyonce, and he didn't hit it.
Well, you know, first of all, Jay-Z ain't really had no stage. It's always been him. First of all, it's always been him on the stage.
I understand.
And maybe a hype man.
I understand. What do you think be on the stage with Beyonce? She ain't always been where she at.
Beyonce got dancers.
Yes,
and everything,
now.
Girl. She got fire and firecrackers and shit.
Lemonade era, yes.
She got firecrackers and shit.
But B-Day and I forgot to name her first CD. They ain't had that. Crazy in Love ain't had that shit, honey. They gave her a little dress from Joanne Fabric that Miss Tina done stitched on her, and she had to dance on that stage by her damn self. Go back and look at I got receipts. Go back and look at the films.
So
all that shit looked crafted when she first came out.
So, since Nyambi's a baby creative, she thinks
I'm just a baby creative. As I said, I'm not a full-fledged creative, so I put respect on his name because the song was sickening. It's Saturday Night Live. It's right on time. But he could at least gave us some visuals in the back.
Help us, Lord.
Because then he got a video to this? Why didn't he just had a video playing in the back? Something.
He did an artistic choice. Okay. I keep telling you, one man on stage with the blue background, those 3 little light posts, his posture on holding the microphone, his tone and his inflection on delivering the song. Those are all artistic choices.
Okay. That's what I said.
He didn't want nobody else to be distracted by the videos in the back, none of that. They want people to see him and his posture and his nonverbal communication, what he was giving to the audience.
I said I give him a pass, but you asked, y'all know I don't believe in lying to y'all. White people, I'm going to say it was the most brilliant performance ever on Saturday Night Live, right? But amongst people of us Negroes, it was all right.
Okay.
It was just okay. I wanted to actually see him do a skit on Saturday Night Live.
Naomi said he ain't gonna perform. I said that this nigga ain't doing no damn improv.
Why?
That nigga ain't doing no improv.
I thought that would have been hilarious. They did one called Woke Jeans.
Yeah.
I almost hit the ground where it was like, we woke, we don't got no gender. And it was like, we got a zipper that go from the ass to the front so you can pee however you want because we woke. I was dying. Nah, I think he could have been in that. Like even if he was in the background, you know how rappers sometimes be in the background just walking back and forth? Like he could have did something like that. Like, don't take speaking. You don't think Jay-Z got it in him doing a little improv?
No.
He ain't did no movies or nothing, huh? Nope. That's not his.
No, that ain't his wheelhouse.
That ain't well neither. Oop, never mind. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Don't you go down there. I ain't trying to get this podcast
correct. I am not. I didn't say a word.
All right, so moving on. So this weekend I went to get a haircut. And that's just regular old life, but niggas getting haircut. That's just
what niggas
shit.
do.
But I think the beautiful thing that was happening. So my barbershop is owned by Puerto Ricans. So it's his Puerto Rican brother. So it's these 2 Puerto Rican brothers, their cousin, and somebody else, and then there's this one black man, and he's super work. So the one black man is my barber.
Okay. It's hard to find a black anything with hair up here.
Yeah.
But go ahead. African American Negroes.
Yes, like
blackity black.
He is negas.
Civil rights black.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, it was just interesting hearing like some of the conversations they was having, in lieu of like the things that's going on with Puerto Rico, Trump, and things of that sort. So, one of the conversations they had was like this whole battle between like fair-skinned Puerto Ricans and dark-skinned Puerto Ricans and talking about like now.
Oh, wait, the Puerto Ricans be battling?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's like colorism in the black community.
Yeah, so they was talking about that shit.
But can they put black and white, like how do they, how is that determined in Puerto Rico? Like in America it's very clear, black or white. But how, so are they just talking about, go ahead, maybe you explain.
So the way they was describing it, it's like Puerto Ricans that look white. So they fair skin, blue eyes, long straight hair. They just look white.
And then ones who like me.
Yeah. And you got the ones in the middle. It's like light skin.
Yeah, the stereotypical.
Yeah, like the stereotypical like Puerto Rican when you think of somebody like light skin, mustache.
3A here.
Yeah.
3C.
So there's like 3 levels of Puerto Rican. So my Puerto Ricans at the barbershop are like the second one, the light skin, typical Puerto Ricans.
When you think stereotypical.
Yeah, when you think of stereotypical Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So, they were having this conversation of like, not all the white Puerto Ricans that's in Puerto Rico, now I got to wake up and realize that
they ain't white.
They people of color too.
Oh, honey. I was going to speak on that, but I didn't want to in an N-word episode. I think that's why I get possessed, because I think I've been around the white Puerto Ricans.
So.
Because I know a lot of Puerto Ricans that be like, I ain't a person of color, honey. And I be like, show you right.
So.
You tell me, honey. Okay, I'm Jay-Z. Okay.
So, like, the conversation was, like, deep, and, like, the other things they was talking about, like, when in reference to Trump and things of that sort. So, I think also the cool thing about this is that, we're in white-ass New England. So, about 60 to about 70% of their customer base are, like, white.
White boys who want a clean lineup.
Yeah, so, you got white men in there from, like, the bro types to, like, the businessman types, and they having this conversation.
Ooh, what they was doing.
Like in regards to like Trump and Puerto Rico and light versus dark and all this other stuff. And it kind of like forced them to be a part of this conversation.
Ooh, so I love white people uncomfortable.
And they was mad uncomfortable. So either they like tried to participate in it or they was just listening. But either way, I think it helped.
Yeah, it did.
Those type of things help because it kind of put a face on like the tragedy that was going on.
Of course.
Because, they was talking about how like some of their families, their grandparents, things suffering. Of that sort, like are suffering.
Literally. And we're not talking about suffering like, oh, it's an inconvenience. We don't got air.
Yeah.
Suffering. No food, nothing to eat. Is shit everywhere. Like literally shit everywhere. Yeah. Like it's bad. Yeah.
So, they're, because the white people came in, they looked all surprised because, like, there was, like, cases of water, like, lined up on the ceiling. They took, like, the reception areas out, like, told the receptionists to go home. And, like, all that area was just filled up with, like, bottles of water.
Yeah, it's serious.
Diapers, feminine products.
Just stuff you need.
All that stuff. And they was planning on taking it to, or having the Red Cross or something come up. But I think that it showed, like, this is how you take care of your people, take care of your own when no one else is.
Come on. That make you think back to the Flint crisis because they still don't got clean water.
They still ain't got clean water. So, it really just, it really just opened my eyes and things like that. So, like, I always knew it, but to have, it's almost like when you have, like, somebody validate, like, the shit you have in your head. And he's like, man, all these white Puerto Ricans that's in Puerto Rico, now they got to realize that they people of color, too. They thought they can get away with this shit.
Look, now I'm embracing our email. Now they know they a nigga.
Right.
Welcome.
Now, now Trump don't give a fuck about none of us. Yeah. Now you got to realize that. Sure. So that was just, it was enlightening to see that whole conversation happen.
I told you I've been more fascinated looking at the uncomfortable white people because they don't know, they don't think it's that bad.
Yeah,
that's what they keep saying because Trump says things. What he was going in.
Oh yeah, like when he was talking about Puerto Rico as an island surrounded by big water.
Shut up.
Big salty water. Or just big water.
No, he cussed out the mayor because the mayor was like, "This is bullshit," and this is going on, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Bitch, you're a weak leader, and Puerto Ricans need to help themselves." How? How, Sway?
The mayor is staying in a shelter. Like,
child.
If that does not say anything about that. Child. So, I just want to say shout out to them, man.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that was backing me on Twitter about this hocus pocus shit.
Y'all niggas is funny, and y'all just doing this to geek near them up. Y'all know y'all don't. If y'all don't watch, y'all just don't know what it was called.
No,
it's called the Halloween movie. Negroes sometimes don't know what it's called. Hocus Pocus is amazing.
I had tons of support.
Shut up. Where the black nerds at? I need my black nerds to stand up and unite because everyone has seen Hocus Pocus and you're watching it today.
There was like two people that's like, come on, Narum, yo, millennial car. But everybody was like, nah, Narum, you right. Don't nobody
y'all
watch
niggas
that
is funny. Shit. I can't wait till it come on ABC Family or whatever it is. I'm going to let y'all niggas know. We putting it up and we going to watch it together and we going to live tweet it. I'm live tweeting Hocus Pocus on TV.
No.
It's classic.
I never seen it. Probably would never see it.
Yes. Oh, you're gonna see it today.
I doubt it.
Yes, we are.
Shout out to my boy Sir Jeffrey Vadi. Sir Jeffrey then went out on Twitter and mentioned and at Oprah and OWN Network talking about y'all need to put Black Love Matters as y'all first late night TV show.
Thank you. Y'all are amazing.
So shout out to him.
Yes, y'all are amazing.
Keep that going so we can go ahead and get on Oprah so Oprah recognizes us.
Oh Lord.
Because Niram shooting his shot.
I know Niram is shooting his shot.
So shout out to you, brother.
Shout out to you. Ain't that a trip?
Yeah, baby. We got some pillow talk.
Yeah. Let's start a little light and then we'll pick it up. Or you want to start heavy and then end light?
This your pillow talk. Let me know how we going.
Okay, let's just dive into it.
All right.
So, yeah, you see that Louisiana high school that ordered athletes to stand up during the national anthem. So a Louisiana public high school principal ordered the athletes to stand during the national anthem. If they don't, they face penalties, meaning that they can't play, they'll be in detention and blah, blah, blah. But now finally somebody stood up and said they're under fire for from a civil rights organization saying that they're violating the students' First Amendment. In a letter sent to the student athletes and parents on Thursday, His name is Waylon Bates, the principal of Parkway High School, said that the school requires student athletes to stand in a respectful manner during the national anthem during any sporting event in which their team is participating. Bates warned that failure to comply will result in a loss of playing time and or participation as directed by the head coach and principal. Continued failure to comply with results is a removal of the team. What type of bullshit is that? That's why I'm not ready for children. And there it says during the national anthem they're supposed to stand in a respectful manner. Kneeling's not respectful. See, that's me. I play on words. That is respectful.
It is.
Yeah, like they had their middle fingers up and they ass turned to them with their ass cheeks out like Prince. What the fuck?
You said like their ass cheeks out like Prince.
You know, Prince had his ass out. Like, you know, I understand. I'm like, that's a little extra, but depending on the day. But what type of shit is that? As a parent, how would you feel about that? I had to go against this.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
My kids hate me.
Oh, I'd be pissed because I'd be at the games.
Daring them.
I wish you would take my son out. I wish.
And not
would.
only that, I'm about to get all the parents upset too.
Right. I'm about to rally all the black parents up and we all taking knees. Niggas taking knees.
Niggas taking knees. That's the movement. That's my nonprofit.
And then we're gonna take all the black kids out and go to the rival high school. We start a bus program.
You are so stupid. You are so stupid. But I don't know. That just stood out to me that they're trying to get to the babies. So grown folks, that's different, right? You know, I know we talked about the even college kids. So college kids, professional, like everybody grown for the most part, even the college kids, right? But they're trying to ingrain these babies in middle school and high school or what you can and can't do. That's a form of control and brainwashing. Yeah. Right?
It is.
And I think that's where I took it and got a little upset. So you're trying to influence my child and have them in this whiteness, right? Like, you can take that flag, kiss my ass with that flag. Like, we worried about flags and shit, and we got people dying.
Man, y'all people white folks wearing these damn flags as underwear and bikinis and shit like that. Y'all got these flags wrapped around y'all nuts.
Like,
assholes and shit. The fuck?
What is it that's going on with this flag in America and all of a sudden it's this huge symbolic thing? Like, where is that coming from? Who
flags
started
and eagles,
that?
Baby.
Flags and eagles are everywhere. Who did that? What's her name? What's the girl name in Scandal? Olivia Pope done distracted us, and we're obsessed with the flag. Why is that?
Because they doing some other dirty shit.
As per usual.
There's some other shit going on.
Yeah.
What's going on with Russia? What's going on?
What's our checklist? That healthcare bill, they say allegedly they shut it down.
Right.
But what does that mean?
Right.
Like, is there still enough money in the account? Are we gonna go on insufficient funds?
Right.
All that. Who else did Trump? Didn't Trump just fire somebody too? Didn't somebody else get fired?
Yes.
That guy for the healthcare bill?
No, from the Department of Health and Human Services.
Same thing.
Yeah.
That's why he was fired. Oh no, am I making this up?
I don't know.
Am I reaching? No, I'm not reaching. He's supposed to be ahead of this or the head of the committee chair. The shit ain't go through. He fired. But what they said that he was flying on JetBlue too much. He was using what he was doing extra space too much. What was he doing?
That nigga was in first class and everything else.
That's what we firing niggas for. And 45 go to Bar-La-Mago, whatever the fuck it is, every weekend. He's golfing and we got people dying in Puerto Rico. Ciao.
Fuck out of here.
Anywho, my next topic is this motherfucking Justin Timberlake in a halftime Super Bowl show. So allegedly, Justin Timberlake could be the head of the next Super Bowl, despite his history with NFL. I still ain't forgive him for that Janet shit. So it had been 13 years since his controversial appearance in the 2004 halftime show where he snatched Janet Jackson's titty and exposed it for America, and he left her hanging. That's what I'm gonna summarize that as.
Oh, with that nipple sun ring?
Yeah.
That ring that looked like a nipple?
Ring. He snatched her nipple. He could at least covered her nipple up. It's just so many things he could have did. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he seen it bare. And it also was a chance to hold Janet Jackson nipple.
Exactly.
Like, he was a very white boy on that thing. But it's been 4 years since Timberlake released his last album, the 2020 Experience, and over a year since he reached #1 on the Billboard with that troll shit, Can't Stop the Music, very happy for real type shit, which he executive produced. What's your thoughts on this?
Fickle ass white people.
What you mean?
You know, what was it? A few years back, Justin Timberlake was all up for the black culture.
Yeah, remember with Sexy Back?
I bring that sexy back. And like all this other shit.
T.I.
Using up all the black people culture. Now his ass want to go out here.
Just to get in, right?
Now he done got in. Now he just being fickle as fuck.
I knew he was fickle when he did that song for the Trolls. So what the fuck is this? Can't stop the music. I said, what the fuck is this? What is he doing?
Jocking off a Happy.
All I can say is if this happened, Timberland better not take his monkey ass on that stage. Not this year. Timberland better take a fucking knee and he better not go on that motherfucking stage. You hear me? You think he gonna go up there?
You know they gonna go up there.
His hits is with Timberland though.
Yeah, they all with most of them.
His hits is with Timberland though.
You know Timberland they're gonna be on the stage, and you know he gonna try to do some type of protest where he gonna do some shit on his knee.
Timberland better sit his thick neck ass down
all types of other bullshit like
just
that.
Collect his checks.
But I ain't for it.
No, I don't want to see that shit at all. It's just like Paul Mooney said. Everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga. Damn. He was down for the cause before, but now when them stories start calling. But the things I say is fickle because Justin Timberlake got a track record.
He do.
So, you know, from this Janet shit to being black, then he not back, then he married that white woman. Like, you know, he went from being real Negro to a country music special on Netflix. I ain't forget that shit. Ain't nobody watch it, but I seen it pop up.
Facepalm.
What? It is. What he better do for this halftime show, I'll tell you what you do, because Timberland, you can't go. You go ahead and get your NSYNC boys.
Oh, bye.
And you do a boy band throwback. That's what the fuck you do. Go get your boys from NSYNC. See a Backstreet Boys is free. And I forgot the other ones. Maybe see a Britney free, and y'all do a late 90s, early 2000s homage. But you better not play Timberland. Don't take your ass on there. That's the only thing he can do to salvage that show, because I'm going to be pissed. Because if you go to Timberland route, I guess Missy already been on there, because then you got to go to, then you would do Timberland, Nelly Furtado, that whole crew. Mm-hmm. And Carrie Hilson. Don't do it. Do what Nyambi said. Do a throwback to the early 2000s. Bring your bye. Go ahead and do that. It's going to be May. Yeah.
I'm shaking my head.
What? I used to like the boy bands.
I know.
They got some hits.
So, you know, I know the NFL is struggling right now because niggas ain't
nobody watching. Yeah, and I'm not watching it, even though it's going to kill me, because I do love Crimea. Is that called Crimea River?
Yeah.
And Gone. Oh, my God. Gone by NSYNC. Mm-hmm. Jesus.
You say you can't fuck with it, though.
No, those were my songs, but I can't fuck with that. I'm not watching none with the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, is he canceled?
The Super Bowl or Justin Timberlake?
Both.
Super Bowl is definitely canceled. Justin Timberlake on hiatus.
Oh.
What? I do like Gone.
Mm-hmm.
I like Crimea River, and I did like the Sexy Back. I can't hate. It's some good shit. Timberland's good at what he do.
Right.
But it's just, you know, it's exhausting. White people. And did he do something with Jay-Z? Mm-hmm. You know, every now and then Jay-Z always go get his. Jay-Z got a lot of white friends. We're not going to talk about that, but he got maybe one too many for me. Mm-hmm. You don't see Solange hanging around with that many white people, do you?
No.
Jay-Z friends with Timberlake. Remember that rock album he did?
Oh yeah.
That y'all niggas claim was amazing. It was all right.
Collision Course.
That Linkin Park what's it called?
Collision Course.
Collision Course. What's the white people name?
Linkin Park.
His Linkin Park collaboration was as good as his Saturday Night Live performance. Good in thought, bad in practice.
Thoughts of Nyambi does not coincide with, you know.
What? Y'all niggas alive you want. I have supported Jay-Z every CD, all his concert, his wife. I done gave my money. I could give my damn opinion. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm not lying. Jay-Z got some amazing albums. Mm-hmm. But the Nickelback ain't one of them.
Linkin Park.
Oh, what did I call
Nickelback?
It was all right. It was just like when Lil Wayne tried to do his rock and roll. It was all right.
That rock and roll album was all right.
Exactly. But it wasn't the Carter.
No, it wasn't. Definitely.
Do you see what I'm saying?
It wasn't Carter 3.
It wasn't the Blueprint.
No, it wasn't.
You see what that's all I'm saying. And y'all have to acknowledge that. We have to be truthful with our community. You see what the Puerto Ricans doing?
What else we got?
You don't got nothing else about Justin Timberlake. You know, it's going to hurt me if NSYNC come on there. I can't see it, but I can't.
You just stream it later.
No, I can't get them no views. I'm going to just have to play the NSYNC album.
Oh, okay.
All righty, Niram. Let's get into something that's a little bit more. You want to do the woke? Let's do the woke black stuff first.
All right.
And then we'll end on a little love, right?
Yeah, all right. I like it.
So there was this article that we found. Niram, we got to find what website it's on. We got to shout them out.
Very Smart Brothers.
Yeah. Via the Root, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's The Root. And it was this article that talked about how straight black men are now the white people of black people. Come the fuck on. I'm going to read that title again. It says, straight black men are the white people of black people. So I'm going to just read a little bit from the article, right? So you can kind of get the vibe of what the author was talking about, and then we can talk about it. Okay, Nero?
Yeah.
So the author goes on to say, it feels counterintuitive to kind of suggest that straight black men as a whole possess any sort of privilege, correct? So particularly with everything that's going on, right? So when we're looking at the stereotypical metrics for determining the quality of life, usually black straight men are kind of at the bottom of it. So arrest, incarceration rates are high. The likelihood of dying a violent death is high. The likelihood of graduating high school is low. Attending college is low. Unemployment rates are low. All the above, right? But the average net worth is low. All this. But in assessing our privilege or that thereof, in relationship to black women, so intra-racially, then the statistics flip. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? So then that's when that whiteness relationship is put on the forefront. So in fact, the ones from which, so meaning, how do I explain this? So if we're looking at whiteness as a whole, well, we put all our groups together, right? Mm-hmm. Black men's at the bottom. Right. But if we're just looking from black men to black women, y'all have more rights and privileges than we do.
Okay.
So if we're looking at, college degrees. So black women may have more college degrees. But if you're a black man with a college degree, you're more likely to make more money, get a better job, have a better life, and move forward and all
black
that.
Unicorn.
And the same thing with like incarceration, all that goes forth to it. So I just thought that was just an interesting way to view it and look at it. But not only that, so, I know it's some of that male privilege there, but if we look back to the movements that we have, so the movements for black males, the things that are going on. So for they're killing our brothers that are in the street, right? The folks who start Black Lives Matters, those are majority either women or black people from the LGBTQ population, in all fronts of that. But what the flip side was, there's very few, if any, I was trying to find some, mainstream efforts where there are straight black men leading the initiatives or behind the initiatives of the other groups. So there's no black initiative run by cis black males that says we want to protect and support black women. Mm-hmm. There's no cis black male ran organization that said we want to protect our black women from the police brutality. There's no cis straight black male organization or movement that says we want to protect the black LGBTQ community. Does that?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And that's where I was like, ding fucking dong. And the author is saying because it comes from this privilege. Just like white man's like, I ain't going out and doing that shit. White men don't be going out and doing that. It'd be the white feminists, right?
Yeah.
It'd be white feminists or it'd be the LGBTQ, like white community, correct?
Yeah.
Very few. It's a few woke white boys out there. But, the only straight white male group I know is the Ku Klux Klan, right? Mm-hmm. They the only movement that's moving it forward, and it's for their own benefit. They're not advocating for nobody else, allegedly. Right. So this is just the conversation I want to have. And the author definitely wanted more details, but that's just gist of it. So y'all know what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So we're acknowledging, yes, that we know when it comes to matrix, black males, kind of at the bottom of it. They got it tough. But when we look intraracially, from black female to black male, and we start looking at those statistics and they do accomplish it, men tend to always do a little bit better than women, even though the woman might be more qualified, more educated, more fill in the blank, right? Mm. And you take it a step further, you get to the point where we're talking about community organizing, community leading, movements, being a voice, being a protest. Black men don't do it. Yeah. And that's a form of expressing y'all privilege. And the other thing that got me was, and this is the last thing on the article, it was a woman. I wish I can bring it up. She actually tweeted this, I wish I can find it. Here she go. Her name is Mila Macchiato. Tweeted, she did something called the 444 effect and said that cis black men are the white people of black people. And she did this over a year ago. And she got so much criticism for this that she temporarily had to lock and shut down her account. But a few months later, a black man retweeted and revised it a little bit, but it still said black men are the white people of black people and got nothing but praise and worship for it. Mm-hmm. That's the other bullshit we're talking about. Nero?
Oh, you lay all this on me?
I'm not laying, and the thing is no right or wrong, because I don't think this, and the author of this was, I think his name is Damian Young. Speak the fucking truth. It's scary, but it's true.
I agree.
It's true. It's fucking, and I think the way he ended that what it suggests is shocking, it's simple, it's subtle, but it can be fucking scary.
And what's that?
It's how this happens. Yeah. What do you mean? Or why aren't black men at the front of this movement? Straight black men. Because we had black men, and thank God for D. Ray, honey. You know, and all the other folks, and I'm appreciative. Thank you for your work. But where are the straight black men in their voice in this movement?
That's a good question.
Jesus. Niram, where y'all at? This your crew. Niram, Nia, where y'all at?
Okay.
Oh, we need it. Look, now you want to use a lifeline. You want to call Nia? Would you like to use a lifeline?
I would like to use a lifeline. I would like to call a friend.
Look, we should call him now. Hey, Nia.
How you feel about this? No, but some of the things I agree with the article. As a black man, we do have more privilege.
Black straight.
As a straight.
Be clear.
As a cis, I'm gonna go back. As a cis het black man,
yeah,
we do have more privileges than our female counterparts and our LGBTQ.
He can't even get the abbreviation.
Counterparts. You know.
Niram, I don't know why Niram can't get this abbreviation. I've been preaching to him this shit for over 15 years. He still don't got it. Just say the Rainbow Family, honey.
All right. The Rainbow Family.
Come on.
And I agree. I even think about thinking about our relationship and how some of the things that I would do when it comes to work or situations like that you feel like you wouldn't dare do.
Yeah.
You know, either from like this race situation to when you were, a 9-to-5 warrior, cubicle warrior, and you was talking about salaries, and I'll be like, say this or do that, and you like, I would never or never dare to say that. But when it comes to me and my job situations, I usually go in and I say it with a straight face, and then what happened?
You get it,
I get
or
it.
at least a form of, at least half of it.
Or a form of it, things of that sort. And I also think it just goes back to like slavery times, like white men were, when you think about, the right to vote. Like the black man had more of a right to vote than the white women or women in general.
Yeah.
And that's I feel like that's how the white man think of it. It's like, well, if I can't get it as a white man, I'd rather it be another man. Even though, we're gonna try to kill the black man. We feel like you are inferior to us and like all this other stuff. But when it comes down to it, I'd rather a man succeed than a woman any day.
Damn.
So yes, I do agree that there's some privilege and, some underlying things with this that are not being answered. And yes, black men do have. I would agree to that. Like yes, I'm the phrase that straight black man is the white man of black people. For some people that enrages them and things of that sort. And it may come off a little harsh, but
it's the truth.
It's the truth.
So I even go back to so the majority of the black men who are being died by police brutality are straight black men.
Yeah.
Why ain't straight black men getting angry about this shit?
Oh, I'm angry.
But you ain't. I shouldn't say you.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Don't say me.
This is Nyambi getting upset.
Yep.
Why aren't black straight men doing more? Because this is directly affecting them. Or is there now? Are we talking about an identity crisis? Mm-hmm. See, this is something we got to unpack. Yeah. So, do some straight black men don't see themselves as those brothers out there who are being killed? Because there's a lot of black unicorns out there that ain't saying a motherfucking thing.
That's a good question, and I can't answer that because for me, like I told you all the time, like I feel like I am Mike Brown. I look like I'm big like that nigga. Yeah. My stature is like that nigga. So I always felt that way, and I've been at rallies and I protested, and Naomi had to pull me back because I'm ready to fuck the police. Let's go ahead and do it then. Yeah. And Naomi had to pull my ass back. I'm like, hold up, nigga. Yeah, you got to come home at night.
I don't believe in tearing up shit.
So, when it comes to that, like I really don't have the answer to that. Because
I'm just so curious about it.
Because I think what's interesting about it, and I even think they did it on like Being Mary Jane when D-Ray was on there, and you got like some of these straight brothers or these brothers hating on D-Ray because he gay. It's like, well, I can't follow no gay dude.
Why the fuck not?
And they be like, he ain't no Malcolm, he ain't no Martin, and all this other shit. But
Child.
Well, why you ain't stepping up?
Why you not stepping up? And what does that have to do with anything? If we're talking about this moral compass, King had a whole slew of bitches. Like, what are we talking about? What is this moral compass you're having, right? So, okay, you can't be with a gay, you don't want to follow a gay man, so you're going to follow an adulterer? Like, what are we talking about? And what does that have to do with the movement?
And that's more or less my thing.
None of those things, fucking with other bitches and who you sleep with has nothing to do with the movement.
It does not. It does not. But, I think that's where this whole thing about hypermasculinity and, fragile masculinity comes in because, you got brothers that's like, well, I need to follow a man's man, and that nigga ain't no man's man. Jesus. I'm just saying.
But ain't no man standing up.
Exactly. And that's the question. And that's one thing I asked them. Like, well, I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't doing that shit.
The only brothers I see leading is the Nation of Islam. Come on. Them the only ones.
Yeah.
Them the only ones. Now I see them organized and move forward and move for the community, but I don't see the rest of y'all. And the other black men, y'all be doing that. And I be seeing y'all be trying to help the little babies in high school and stuff like that. But y'all not getting no movement on your own. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to have a retreat with Von Zant and work through that shit. No, I don't really get upset because I'm thinking about it.
And I'm trying to think of like the opposite side. Like,
what is the opposite of that? You're not even taking care of yourself. I'm thinking about our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. Fine. If you don't want to do a movement to help sisters out, fine. You don't want to do a movement to help LGBT community, fine. But where is the movement for yourself? Barack said it and said that, what is it, the black man what?
The black man interested or something like that.
At the can or some shit like that, right? Where the fuck that go?
Mm-hmm.
D-Ray got to run that. Come on, D-Ray. Because these niggas ain't doing it. Because Tyrell ain't doing it. What? Barack gave y'all the platform.
Yeah.
No, it's my brother's keeper. I don't know what the fuck I said.
I don't know.
Some shit. Some shit I'm sure been made up too and niggas dropped the ball. It's my brother's keeper, right?
Yeah.
Where that's at? What happened to, did Trump, he ain't cancel that.
No, he didn't.
But he canceled Michelle program with the black women. Mm-hmm. He shut that shit down and made a public statement on Twitter that said, ain't no more. Ain't no more black bitches. No more. But y'all brothers can initiative, whatever it's called. Where is that at? Keeper. Where is it at?
I don't know.
I'm disappointed.
I know you're disappointed, baby. Mm-hmm. And I wish I were more into...
Y'all talking about for the P challenge.
And more into the community to let you know. But I definitely think that there are like smaller scale type of movements that are led by cishet men. But when it comes to the larger movement, it's hard to find them.
Link them. Because, see, I find that bullshit, too, because I feel, and the thing is, I know it is smaller movements, and y'all please send them to me. Mm-hmm. But I think even with the small movement, if it's led by straight black men, it would blow up. Mm-hmm. So that's what bets me to think that they ain't there or they ain't about their shit. Does that make sense? Because just on the privilege alone of being a black male and the use of social media, where you at? So that ain't good enough for Nyambi.
Mm-hmm.
Show me where. I'll gladly donate because I donate to all these organizations. I donate either my money or my time. Y'all know we in white ass New England. There's only so many rallies we can go to, but I gladly give my money because money helps. Mm-hmm. But let me know how I can help brothers. We're going to have to come back to this one. Can you put a pin in this? And when you have your brother's keeper round table, y'all flesh this out for me a little bit more. What? No, because I want answers.
I know you want answers.
I want what is the, and Niram, I know you don't know because I know you're a little bit more into it, and you, Nia, y'all willing to give y'all time and y'all money. That's what I will say about you and Nia. If y'all not going to give your physical time, y'all give y'all money, and that's a lot more than a lot of Negroes do. But I'm just curious, and maybe y'all need to have this conversation when I'm not here and cutting you off.
No, but that's the thing. Like, as a person who actually supports and things of that sort, like you ask these questions, it's like, well, I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for all the black men.
You know why your cousin, your nephew, y'all have. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have your own male kitchen table talk where you know the reason. You just ain't about to tell us, and that's fine.
I can't speak for all the other.
You don't gotta speak for them,
black men.
But you know.
But I know Neron puts in his time and his money.
you ain't got to speak for them, but you know some shit that's not, you know the unspoken. And you ain't giving it to me, and that's fine. And I hope when you have the round table talk, that can come to the front. The truth can be put on the table. But y'all tell us what y'all think out there. Look, Sir Jeffrey, we got our whole crew.
Calling Corey.
Tell that. Look, give us our whole. We want conversation now because Nyambi's pissed because I didn't. I believe the facts. I start looking at the facts and I start getting upset. And also, I'm spoiled too because the men I surround myself with, right? They for the cause. So I done created this shelter of wokeness, and then I come out my shelter of wokeness like, yeah, what is them niggas doing, right? Now I'm mad. Like, even I think about to my parents and my uncle. They might not be the wokest. So my parents and my uncles and family, they're not the one who necessarily going to go out to the rallies. But my parents and my aunts and uncles and they will donate money, right? So I either come from the background where you give your money or your time. I've never been exposed to folks who be like, we ain't giving time, money, or nothing. We just here. I don't know what that is.
Niggas sending retweets. They're retweeting stuff.
So I think that's where I get more upset. Because if you can't give your money, you need to give your time. One or the other. Make a choice.
I hear you, baby.
Yeah.
And I do both. So
I agree. I've been actually giving my money a lot more than my time. I don't think I'm in an emotionally stable position. Y'all see Nyambi on the news. They're like, is that Nyambi?
Nyambi to run up to the mom.
I'm like that woman in the Carolinas who climbed up the flagpole. Is that Nyambi that got up on that flagpole?
Shit, these niggas won't do it. Fuck it, I do. Nyambi, get your ass. No, Daryl, I'm getting this fucking flag.
So again, put a pin in that, Niram. I would love to see what your Brothers Keep a Round Table has to say about it. Because what example is you setting for the youth? I'm just thinking about Baby J, Baby T. Like, what example is y'all setting for these youths?
Oh, I know the example I'm setting.
What? Because I know the example I'm setting for the young, our godson. I know what I'm setting the example for the women. Even the white babies. I told you I'm going to have these white babies talking about I'm ready to be a black woman. Just like that Instagram clip we put up.
Yeah, but you just got whooped.
By that Mexican baby.
You got a whoop.
By that Mexican baby.
Got a whooping.
Got a whooping. All righty. So the next topic, we're kind of closing out our pillow talk to make it well-rounded. We always like to talk about, pop culture, wokeness, and love. So I found this article on emotional triangles and the effect it has long-term when it comes to trust and loyalty. So I'm going to read just a little bit of it like we always do. So the effects of having an ambivalent mother and passive father resulted in a lifelong trust and intimacy problems for this person and their siblings. So when we're talking about these emotional triangles, we're talking about within family members, so within households. So it can be, mother, father, daughter, mother, daughter, father. Like those are what we're talking about within families. And the way the author did was kind of told a story about her family and how it impacted her later on in life, right? So again, she then went on to say that her sister felt like her mom didn't love her. And then rather than a lack of love, she believed her mom had this possessiveness that fueled the rejection. She simply wanted to come first. She always was quick to attack. She was envious of her sister's close relationship with her father and dad's closeness to her because they had a special nickname for each other. So this is the idea that if you have a mom and maybe you and your mom not clicking as good, right? Or your mom really loves you and want to hang out with you and do different things. And I would say as a teenager, you hit a point where it's like, nah, ma, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm about to go to the movies with so-and-so. And the mom takes it as a personal blow, right? But then 2 days later, she's seen you hanging with her dad, the father, and y'all keying together. So, and you do that over and over. And eventually the mother begins to show, I don't want to say favoritism, but does more intimacy things, like little, favoritism is not the word, but how would you describe it, Niram? Like little love languages or like little inside jokes with the other kids. And from the outside looking in, it looks like she cares a little bit more about the other kid or has a closeness more with the other kid than compared to the other person.
So it's basically creating envy amongst each other.
Yes, absolutely. So, and then that trickled to the relationship between the siblings. To say, well, you always been mom's favorite. I think the example they used here was that you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. So she meant that she had her mother there. So meaning that, mom was there when you was happy, sad, scared, there to pick up the pieces. But with me, she never was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it went on that, as you said, Niram, that it then turned to this resentfulness between the siblings, the relationships, went sour, and to the point where the sisters married their parents. So the sister who had the rough relationship with the mother actually married a husband that treated her just like her mother treated her.
God damn.
So the idea that he was overly critical of her, saying things like, well, you don't hang out with me enough, you're not here, you're always with your friends, you're always with someone else, like just repeating this cycle over and over again. And eventually, this idea of liberation didn't happen, sadly, until she divorced her husband and her mother died. So it was like this cycle was finally broken, and she was able to like have conversations with her father and her sisters to really say what was on her mind, which is sad, and this is this person's story. I'm sure you can work through this with therapy, talking, in the long run, but really thinking about how do these emotional triangles play on you, and how does it affect you, especially with the parent, and that idea of the parent being jealous of the relationship that the child has with the other parent. And if that other parent isn't strong enough to go to, the mom or dad to say, hey, is something going on here? Do we need to work through it? You my one, right? You the one, not this child. Just because I love the love I have for my child is different from the love I have for you.
Right.
And you need to understand that. So I think that couple together created this huge emotional triangle that then leads to roadblocks when it comes to intimacy and trust. So you gotta have this two couples. So you have to almost have this resentful mom or this envious mom or dad, and pair it with this passive father or mother. So the two hits was that the mother was resentful, but then also that the father or the other partner was too passive. So the father knew this was happening, but never called mama out on it.
Right.
To say X, Y, and Z. And therefore those traits and actions and behaviors, because they were never corrected or redirected, was then passed on to their children and then manifested in their future relationships.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, emotional triangle. Did I explain that okay?
Yeah. I think some of the other things that I found noteworthy in this article is that most of the time these emotional triangles come with like the older child, and then like the younger child is like the parent's favorite. Yeah. And I think that's just because of like the pressures of being like the older child. Like when you're the first child, the parents usually are not set in a way to support them or even like well adjusted in their life. Yeah. Meaning they're in their career or things of that sort. Like most of the time, like that first child is like a mistake baby.
Or young.
Yeah, like young. Like, and that's pretty much saying like mistake may not be the best word, but that's what I came up with. But like, young, that's not settled or set in a way that when they had that second or third child,
it's not their first time at the rodeo.
It's not their first time at the rodeo. So I think it's one of the things that comes from these emotional triangles is that the fact that since the parents are not well adjusted or well off, or, in their career like they are in the later child, there's a lot more pressures or a lot more things that first child don't get. Yeah. And it makes it seem as if, they're not well connected, or like the parent feel envious if the child has a better relationship with the father. And I think, for the younger child, they just there like, I don't know.
And they usually attach it to the mom.
And because like
envious.
Yeah, because it's like
you got a mom, and I'm like, damn. She said you got a mom, like the mama dead. Like you got a mom. I ain't have a mama, honey. Ooh.
Exactly, and because the mom be like, that's my baby, and all this other stuff, and the younger kid's like, well, shit.
I am her baby. I'm undying loyalty, and that's what we didn't talk about in the article. So that the youngest was like, well, yeah, I would have undying loyalty to my mom. Mm-hmm. Period. That's just what it was.
Right.
And I ain't seen nothing wrong with it. So when the older child was like, I'm not going to the movies with you, the youngest like, I'll go. Yeah. You going to see Trolls, honey? And I just carried on to adulthood, right?
Yeah. And I think, a larger thing is that for us black folks, or just us in general, when it comes to like relationship problems, the source or the root of the issue can be fall right back into like the parents issue.
Yeah.
So where there's a daddy issue or mama issue,
it's
or
like the
things
reverse
of
of
that
the
sort.
mama and daddy issue.
Yeah, this is like the reverse of the mama daddy issue because like you were dealing with fucked up men because
they not there.
You know, because the mom ain't there, or you feel like you didn't have this closest relationship, and then you go marry somebody that's the exact same. Versus, you know, when it comes to like men, you usually follow the same trait, or like, all right, daddy wasn't there, he got a bunch of kids, so you know, subconsciously, you know, I ain't there, and I'm having a bunch of kids too.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Or you know, when as most females like they didn't have a father figure, so. They feel as if they show love like through sex and things of that sort, and they find, you know, get in relationships with fuck niggas or men who shadow their fathers in hopes that they'll find that love. So I think this is a very interesting one because like it shows that both parents was there.
Yeah.
From what it is, but it's just like the interactions and relationships.
And both parents love them.
Yeah.
Love both kids, right? But there's other stuff going on.
And I know that this, you know, this article was based off you know, a female and her mother, but I wonder if there's you know, emotional triangle between a male and his father. You know, and whether or not, you know, whether the father is critical of that man. And
it absolutely is. That's where you get mama boys from. What?
Okay.
What I'm telling you, that's where you get this idea of mama's boys from. So, and you know, the good and bad. There's a lot of you niggas out there that gotta leave that titty alone. Like some of y'all have not been, you know, let go of that, and the mamas empower it. And I'm sure the daddy looking side eye because it's like you get this little nigga, all this leeway, and I forgot to take out the trash, and now I'm a bad Negro. And this nigga been in our house, and he 40.
Hey.
So, do you think you're involved in any emotional triangles
No.
with siblings or anything like that? Because that's what it can go trickle down to siblings too. All
it
that.
do trickle
it just
down to
it rotates
siblings.
to the family.
I don't know if I was in emotional triangle. I probably was, but the thing was,
you was the one who got on everybody's nerves. You was
since I was the baby.
Yes, you were. Then.
You know, I had different relationships with my mother and father than like my other brothers and sisters. So you know, I'm also, you know, I'm the baby, but I am also the bastard child too. So
oh Lord, come on, Jon Snow.
I am. So, you know, there's a different type of relationship between like my brother and sister on my mother's side and, you know, the brothers and sisters on my father's side and things of that sort. You know, especially the ones that grew up together. So, like my brother and sister on my mother's side, you know, they grew up tight. And then, you know, they moved from Alabama to, you know, to Detroit. And, you know, they still was tight. And, you know, they tight with their cousins and things of that sort. And then 20 years later, they have me. And then, like, the same thing on my father's side, you know, my two brothers, before one of my brothers passed, you know, my father was previously married. So, you know, you had them two boys. They grew up together. They was kind of tight and things of that sort. So, when my mom and father got together, it was kind of, you know, you didn't, you know, you're not treating them like you treated us. And I think that came from both sides because both of their struggles were a little bit different, you know. Being in Alabama and, you know, being country poor and shit.
But in the timing, too. We talking about the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, being in that time and then moving to Detroit versus, you know, being in Detroit.
In the 90s.
In the 90s and things of that sort. So I think it may have been a triangle, but I think it's a little bit different just on the fact that, you know, I was born like 20 years later than when they was born. So, you know.
Literally a different time and space. Yes. Come on, Donny Hathaway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't think I have an emotional triangle because I'm the only child, so we used to triangle.
Well, you know, when I was reading this, it was very
me,
interesting.
My dad and my mom, like we always a triangle. I think it just shifts on how we feel it, and we're petty. So we do. I would say my family, we gang up on each other.
Y'all are petty.
Like and sometimes we be like, me and my dad, like we going against her. We gonna outvote her, and then sometimes me and my mom be like, we gonna outvote him, and then sometimes they gang up on me.
Yeah, and they be like, vetoed. But I think it is interesting because when it's talking about like the relationship, the daughter was having with the dad and like having these nicknames and things of that sort, I was like, oh, that sounds a little bit like y'all.
Yeah, me and my father, we call each other kid, like no matter the age. Like so, we'll be a public. I'm like, kid, come here. Miriam, did you thought we was weird?
Yes, it was weird. Until your dad was calling me guy for like the first 5 years.
When we first started dating, my dad would not acknowledge Miriam. He would not say his name. He was like, hey, guy.
How you doing, guy?
And give him a very firm handshake and walk away. And like leave you in the foyer. Didn't no instructions. Not sit down, stand, come in the kitchen,
right,
handshake and walk away.
He did that shit for like 5 years.
And Miriam just was being a fool. I'm like, why are you just standing in the dark?
Your dad just left me here. He didn't invite me in or nothing.
And I'm looking at my dad like, why didn't you say anything? Like, I don't do that to your friends. Like, his friends come over, that'd be like me opening the door and just walking away. But I do think it is, but as I'm getting older, it's also shifting. Mm-hmm. I think, being the only child is different. So my conversation is very different now with my parents. My tone and how I speak is very different from when I talk with my father, and my tone and how I speak is very different from when I talk with my mom. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's just something with age I learned. They definitely don't have the same communication style. They don't have the same love language style. And I've learned, I think as the child, I'm much more in tune with both of them in doing that. So, and I think that's maybe we have an episode about like kind of lineage and child. So being the only child, being the youngest. Mm. I think as the only child, you're definitely more in tune with your parents with that. Like, you're in tune when, and the thing is, they've been together so long that they just raw with each other. So I know when my mom says something to my dad and it can be hurtful, and she just be like, get over it. And I'd be like, that hurt your feelings, didn't it, kid? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of that connection we have. And I'm like, she crazy, but we love her. And same thing with my mom. My dad can do some stuff. I'm like, yeah, he kind of crazy. So it's that type of relationship that's evolving that I think I don't think we got to that point in our relationship where it could cause some emotional triangles, but I think it just provides that support. I think it also helps that I'm farther away. Yeah. So if I was a little closer, this might have came out a little bit more, but I think due to my distance, hopefully I think that brought them closer together. Mm-hmm. And I think that goes to what we say Niram too. Ain't no little Negro or Negress gonna make no emotional triangle with Niram and Nyambi. No. Because we team. We're linear. What's it called in math when it's just one line? Mm-hmm. We're array. No, we the ones with the 2 dots at the end. Oh. I don't know what that one is. You know what I'm talking about? The line with the 2 dots at the end. And when we have a baby, they just get a dot on the outside. No. Yeah. Ain't no connected lines there. But so, I think that's what we got to be, you have to be careful too. I don't have any children with folks when they do have these kids and prioritizing. So then it's that age old question. What comes first, your partner or your child? And folks be on both sides of that argument. Some people say my child come first, always. And some people say my partner come first. At this point in my life, Nyambi feels as if I will put my partner first, because I feel as if my partner's first and taking care of my child would then ultimately be taken care of. That's until that baby started growing inside of you and you like it was a part of me. Fuck Nero. Fuck Nero. This is my baby. I grew it inside of me. Not grew it. So, that's what I said. That's why I never say never, and I'm a woman, I have the right to change my mind. But I do, I think that plays into it too. That, who do you prioritize? Who is the priority? And who do you not let into, how do you keep that intimacy up? And I do believe that there's a different type of love between that you have with your partner and that you have with a child. And, I don't necessarily know if those loves overlap. Yeah. But I think one of the things, it just goes back to like, generational curses. Like your parents are doing this to you because this is what they learned from their parents. Yes. And so on and so forth. And this goes all the way back to slavery. And how do you break it? So, how do you break this generational curse? For the good. To be like, no, have this healthy is where it stops at, and try to have a healthy relationship with your parents and other people. Yeah, parents, siblings, and things of that sort. Because I think one of the things that's a little bit harder for me is that, like I said, me and my sister are 20 years apart. Mm-hmm. So, trying to have like these grown up conversations it didn't happen until I turned, 25, 30 and things of that sort, where we're able to have these conversations and things of that sort, because before then it was a different light. Like she was more of a parental, advisement figure, because, she babysitted me and, I played, me and her kids are, a couple years apart and things of that sort. But whereas now it has changed, and we're able to like have these grown up conversations and things of that sort. So and be transparent with each other, and vulnerable with each other, and knowing like, all right, you my sister, you ain't my mama. Yeah. That type of shit. Ooh. So and just your sister was acting like your mama. No, but I'm just saying. But it is a period of time where like yeah. But it is a period of time, especially when like your sister or your siblings is,
a great year older than you, these years older than you, it becomes where they become a parental figure because, hell, they be like, well, mama going to work and I got to watch your ass.
Yeah.
So you got to do what I say. And it don't,
it's my house.
And the role don't reverse, or like this parental figure don't actually reverse until y'all both get in the age. You're like, all right, I'm grown, you grown. Yeah. You know, let's actually talk about and have like these grown conversations.
Yes.
And I think that's something that needs to be aware of or talked about as well.
Nice. I like that. So y'all give us y'all views on emotional. That was a good pillow talk. We
talked about
everything from emotional triangles to black, straight, white, male privilege. Fickle white support. Y'all let us know y'all views on all that. Kitchen table talk, Nero?
Yeah, let's do it. And do a kitchen table talk.
So as always, to submit your questions for kitchen table talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. That's blacklovematters, no K, @gmail.com. Or you can leave us a voicemail at 508-784-1111. All right. The email reads, "Hey, Nirma Nyambi, I love the podcast. I get my life every damn time." Thank you. I don't need any advice or anything, but I want to get you to know you better. Nyambi, I am too a former higher ed professional, so I'm going to hit y'all with some icebreakers. God damn it. Them higher ed professors love them icebreakers.
Y'all motherfuckers damn icebreakers.
All right, I'll play along, though.
Nyambi, Niram, what's your high for today?
Listen.
What's your low?
Listen, first question. What's something your brain tries to make you do and you have to will yourself not to do it? Yes, this is higher ed. Neil. The question is, what's something your brain tries to make you do and you have to will yourself not to do it?
The first thing that comes to mind is like lay on the couch and watch TV all damn day.
What?
Yeah. I can binge watch a good. I binge
all
watch
the time.
Yes.
Like I can only do that for like a day or two.
Like every
time. I'm like I can't do that.
Every time I wake up and I come downstairs, the couch will be calling me.
Every time?
Every time.
No, have you tried to embrace it? Like really embrace it. The most you can do it, I promise you, is 48 hours. Like a weekend. When you get to day 3, you're gonna be like, I need a shower and sunlight. That's how I am. Like that's why I just indulge in the binge. When I feel the urge to binge, you see me. I sit there on the couch, I drink protein shakes, and then I come up from the dead like a beautiful phoenix.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
Oh, that's yours? Oh
yeah.
Man. Let me think of a good one. This is a strange one.
It is.
So I'm not really. No, I'm talking about what I was going to say. The question. Don't be a hater.
This question
this
is
strange. Good, Russ. Cuz don't worry. I'm not scared of heights or anything, but when I get high up, sometimes I get the urge to jump. Like when I get so high, I just want to jump. Like I just like get me back to the ground, and I have to mentally tell myself this is not what's it called? A coerce, like this is not a smart thought. This is not logical. Stay your ass where you at and hold on to the wall. Have you ever seen me? Like the example is even escalators. You see how I get on an escalator?
Yeah.
So whenever I'm getting on an escalator to go down, I literally have to stop, look, and step on it and hold on to it. Because something about me just want to jump. Just get to the bottom.
And I'll be like, nah, we in DC. You know how big, long them fucking.
Do you know? It's not. I've never done it, but it's just like the urge. Like it's I want to just jump. That's why I said if I go skydiving, it ain't gonna be a problem getting out the plane. Cause they gonna open the door and I'm just gonna jump.
Cause Naomi just want to jump.
So I don't know what that is. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then also I say I had that thing with the circles too. So when I see them circles, I just want to get it away. Like I just want to throw it. I want to crash it. I just want to.
I don't know what it is with y'all in these damn circles.
It's a thing.
I can look at it.
It makes my skin crawl, and I want to smash it into 1,000 pieces. But is anybody else share that thing with me? When you get up too high, you feel the urge to jump. Like even when I think where were we at? Not Hawaii. We were vacationing somewhere, seeing a waterfall, and it was like a cliff, and I'm like, Jesus.
I think it was in Aruba.
Was it Aruba? Oh no, maybe it was in Jamaica. For Nadifa wedding.
Oh yeah, it was Jamaica.
And I was like, I just want to jump. And you were like, what the fuck? Remember when I said that? Yeah. And you was like, what the fuck is you talking about? I was like, isn't it gorgeous? He's like, this is not cliff diving.
I mean, baby, you gotta sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a weird, I've never done it, y'all. Don't gotta worry about me. But it's just this feeling in my body that's like, jump. Go ahead, Nyambi, jump, girl. The second question says, if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would you ask? That's a good one. Damn, that's the first time we've been quiet. Miriam, you got one?
I got a couple questions.
Oh, well, go ahead and ask a few of them. You can ask a few of them because I don't know if I have any.
What's the key to happiness?
Ooh, or joy.
Yeah.
What's the key?
How do you find absolute joy?
Yeah. Mine's is what's the purpose? And I want to leave it broad like that just to see what they say.
You know.
What's the purpose?
Is there really a heaven and hell? Like, just give me the answer.
I don't need to ask that.
Give me the answer.
You said, just give me the answer. That's going to shift a lot of shit.
Yeah.
No, I think mine is what's the purpose?
Mm-hmm.
A period.
What's the true secret to success?
Happiness. Then you got to figure out what happiness.
Yeah,
joy.
What's happiness?
What's joy? You know, this begins that whole down the rabbit hole.
What really came first, the chicken or the egg?
Shut up.
That I really want to know.
How you get the spices on the inside of the chicken at Popeyes?
Yes.
No, I'm being
How do you get the spices inside the chicken?
They inject it, I'm assuming. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It'd be in not the skin, it'd be in the meat.
Mm-hmm. Who was the real author of the Bible?
You be careful what you ask for.
What?
Be careful what you ask for on that one. You're right. Who was the real author of the original?
Of the original Bible.
What was the thinking when you did the Bible?
Yeah. What was his thought?
Mm-hmm.
Did he think this? My thinking. He's like, damn man, this gonna be a bomb-ass creative story.
How long to humankind is extinct?
Right.
God damn it. See, no, this is playing.
Exactly.
I don't want to know.
When is the exact day I'ma die?
Hell no. What? You want to know that?
Yes.
Why?
That'll change fucking everything.
For the worse for me.
Shit, it's a game changer.
I became a nun.
Shit.
I just go to Catholic church. Like, I just got to serve the Lord to this day. My clock is ticking.
It'd be like that song. If you got 24 hours to live, just think, where would you go? What would you do? Who would you screw?
You really wouldn't want to know when you would
yes,
die?
I want to know. I want to know the exact day and
time. Would you tell other people?
No, but my actions would be totally different.
How so, Neil?
Because if it's near, fuck all this shit.
Neil ain't paying no more rent.
Neil ain't paying no bills, no mortgage,
no
none
taxes,
of this shit.
Nothing.
Neil just gonna live life and do a podcast until he die. And then every day on the podcast, I'll let you know, like, I got 24. Got 24 more days.
Which is your highlights of the day, what you done did.
Right.
That's a good question. I don't know if I know, but I think my overall question would be, what was the purpose?
Mm-hmm.
What was the purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how are we all connected?
Mm-hmm.
What is the connection? That's what I always seek to understand. Or also, I guess another question could be why?
Why?
Why all this? Why Earth? Why?
Mm-hmm.
What's the big picture? Look, that go back to Nyambi to the core.
Right.
So what's the picture for here? What's the picture here?
What's the overall goal for this shit?
So what we all doing here? Because it's a reason.
Yeah.
It's a purpose.
There's a reason this season, but what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know the reason.
And am I ready to know it? Equip me.
Hear
me. Make me the answer, Lord. Not the problem. Make me the answer, Lord. Okay? All right. But no, thank you for your question. And it said, I can't wait to hear y'all responses. And it said, stay black.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to do that.
Yes. You got anything else for Kitchen Table Talk, Niram?
No, we all good. So that was a good episode. So to bitch your Black Love Story, go to blacklovematters.com/love story. I think we got a couple in the hopper. So
yeah, we got
keep
one
submitting
Wednesday,
them. Yeah, keep submitting them. And we'll keep shouting y'all out. To submit a question to Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave us a comment on anything, about everything, go to our website, blacklovematters.com. You can go to SoundCloud, or you can leave us a voicemail at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. I had a good time Friday with all those voicemails. We got 3 voicemails.
It was so
we
good.
got some email responses to those voicemails, and that shit was hilarious. So keep the voicemails coming.
Yeah.
And if y'all voicemail is longer than 2 minutes, do what Corey do and just send us a voice memo. So record it as a voice memo and then email it to us. But just know, don't have your voice memo too long, because then you can't email it to us. So I would say keep it around that 4 to 5 minute mark if you're gonna do a voice memo and email it to us. But do that. But if it's too long, y'all can't get it to us. So it just be on your phone. So we appreciate all y'all. We had a great time. So we'll talk to you guys later. And always remember, love is ever evolving.
Peace.
Peace.